Have you ever poured a perfectly mixed soap batch only to watch it overflow the mold, or worse, fill just halfway and leave you scrambling? Getting your mold capacity wrong wastes ingredients, time, and a whole lot of cleanup. I am Kathy the Clumsy Soaper, and today we are going to learn exactly how to calculate your soap mold capacity so your batch fits every single time. You will learn a reliable method that works for home crafters and commercial soapers alike. Let's get into it. This one is a game changer. Welcome, soap sisters and bubble brothers. If you have ever poured a batch and watched it overflow your mold, or worse, ended up with a half-empty mold that sets up looking sad and thin, you already know exactly why this topic matters. Matching your recipe volume to your mold capacity is one of those foundational skills that separates frustrated soapers from confident ones. One simple calculation and you will never waste a batch again. Before we get into the math itself, let me show you exactly why this matters in real practice. If you do not understand your mold capacity, you end up with soap overflowing onto your table, or molds that are only half filled, and both outcomes waste materials and money. You cannot accurately predict how many bars a batch produces, which makes planning sales nearly impossible. Scaling a recipe incorrectly means your doubled batch behaves completely differently, and inconsistent results make it very hard to repeat a formula you loved. All of this shows up in your final product: short bars, uneven tops, batches that just look amateur. Mold capacity math solves every single one of these problems before they happen. Before we go through this together, pause the video and give this a shot on your own. When measuring your mold, always work in inches, length times width times height. Grab a ruler or a flexible tape measure and take your time getting accurate numbers. A small error here flows through every calculation after this. Once you have those 3 dimensions written down, store them somewhere safe. And here is my favorite practical habit. Grab a permanent marker and write the dimensions directly on the bottom of the mold. That way, you never have to measure twice. Now, the formula itself is straightforward. Length times width times height gives you the volume in cubic inches. So if your loaf mold measures 10 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and 3 inches deep, you multiply those 3 numbers together and you get 105 cubic inches. That is your mold capacity. And here's the thing, it does not matter what shape your mold is. Whether it is wood, silicone, or acrylic, this same formula applies across all rectangular molds. A useful benchmark to keep in mind is that a standard loaf mold runs right around 100 cubic inches. So that calculation we just did is a perfectly real-world example you can reference anytime. Now here's a rule of thumb every soap maker should have memorized. Once you know your mold volume in cubic inches, you multiply that number by 0.4 to get your oil weight in ounces. So for a mold that measures 105 cubic inches, you do 105 times 0.4 and you get 42 ounces of oil. That tells you exactly how much oil your recipe needs to fill that mold properly. Think of 0.4 as your conversion bridge between empty space and actual soap ingredients. It accounts for the fact that oils, lye, water, and additives together behave differently from plain water when filling a mold. This is not a perfect scientific constant, but it is a battle-tested starting point that soap makers have relied on for years. It gives you a reliable baseline before you fine-tune with a lye calculator. Keep that number handy, 0.4, cubic inches to ounces of oil. Here is a practical tip that will save you from a very messy cleanup. Once you calculate the full volume capacity of your mold, do not actually fill it to 100%. Instead, multiply that number by 0.7, so you are only working with 70% of the total capacity. This leaves headroom for expansion, batter movement, and any miscalculation in your measurements. For first-time molds especially, where you are still learning how that particular container behaves, this buffer is genuinely your best friend. Here is a tool worth bookmarking right now, mysoapcalc.com. Once you enter your total oil weight, the calculator automatically determines your lye amount and water quantity and builds out your complete recipe. When you combine that with your mold capacity math, you are matching your batch size exactly to your mold volume. No overflow, no underfill, no wasted materials. That combination of calculator plus mold math is genuinely your most reliable workflow as a soap maker. Here is something that catches a lot of beginners off guard. Additives take up physical space inside your mold. When you add milk, honey, or clays, those ingredients have real volume and real weight. They push into the space your oils were supposed to occupy. If you ignore this, your batter overflows, or your bars end up misshapen. The practical fix is simple. Reduce your oil volume by about 5% when you know you are working with heavy additives. That small adjustment leaves breathing room for everything to fit properly. And if you're combining something like honey with a dense clay, take a little extra off. Both of those together are genuinely heavy hitters in a batch. Here is one of my favorite practical habits I picked up early on, and it will save you so much time. Once you have calculated the oil capacity for a mold, write it down somewhere permanent. An index card taped inside a cupboard, a dedicated notebook, a notes app on your phone, whatever works for you. Label it clearly, something like loaf number 1 equals 42 ounces of oils. Every future batch using that mold, math already done. And that brings us to the heart of what we covered today. You learned how to calculate mold volume using length times width times height. Convert that cubic inch measurement into usable ounces of oil using the 0.4 multiplier, and save that number permanently so every future batch starts with confidence. Whether you are crafting a small artisan loaf or scaling up production, accurate mold capacity math eliminates costly waste and failed batches. You have got this, and your soap-making journey just became more precise and more professional. Once again, this is Kathy, the Clumsy Soaper. Be blessed and be a blessing to others.